Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex Kutcher here, and I'm pretty sure most of you have heard from your friends or seen on YouTube that temporary tattoos exist. And apparently, people even get them done, maybe in the next city over, or even at your local tattoo shop. Yeah, those magical tattoos that are supposed to fade away in 2 or 3 years, just like the artist promised you. But here's the funny part. 2 or 3 years later, you come back, and either the shop's gone, the artist's gone, or he's just like, let's try it again. So, let me just tell you right now, there's no such thing as a temporary tattoo. Well, except for a few funny or kinda sad exceptions, which I'll get into today. Why don't temporary tattoos actually fade away? You might ask, why can't a tattoo just look nice and sharp for 2 or 3 years and then disappear, like magic? Well, it's simple, guys. It's all about human physiology. Here's how it works. When a tattoo machine runs, the needle dipped in pigment goes through your basement membrane and deposits ink into the dermis. That's the skin layer right under the epidermis. What's that membrane for? Think of it as a thin line between the outer skin and the deeper layers. It basically stops skin cells from migrating further out. Now, during healing, your body builds connective tissue around the pigment particles. The epidermis heals over it, and that pigment becomes locked inside like a tiny capsule. Anything that gets into the dermis, a splinter, a shard of glass, or tattoo pigment, your body wraps it up and isolates it. That's why the tattoo doesn't spread or leak around, well, unless it's poorly done. So to sum it up, once the ink's in the dermis, it's there for life. Sure, sunlight slowly breaks down pigment molecules over time, just like wallpaper fades where you hang a picture frame. But that process is crazy slow. Even if you eat sunlight and live 300 years, your tattoo will still be there. Ask the mummies. Their tattoos are still visible 6,000 years later. Now, there are a few pigments that kinda sorta behave like temporary ones. For example, white ink. After healing, it often becomes invisible. Some lucky people keep it flat and bright white, but most of the time it turns yellow. Check out my separate video about white tattoos. Hit that link right there. Also, there's a certain shade of yellow pigment that pretty much always breaks down completely. Here are some photos for proof. And yeah, I doubt anyone wants a full yellow script tattoo anyway, unless you're into the vein removal aesthetic. So what can be called temporary tattoos? Well, the most obvious, Mendi, or henna body art. It's drawn on the surface of the skin using natural henna, and it lasts about 2 weeks, depending on how often you shower. It dyes the epidermis, and as your skin renews and flakes off, the pattern fades. So technically, it's not a tattoo, it's a drawing. Next up, transfer tattoos. You know, those ones we used to get from bubblegum wrappers. Now they're much cooler. Some tattoo artists make custom sets, and there are even whole companies selling all kinds of designs. They're great for anyone afraid of committing to a real tattoo. You can wear the same design on the same spot for a while and see if it annoys you or not. Then, when you're ready, go get a real one. The safest tattoos in the world. Yeah, right. There's a scary and kinda ridiculous marketing trick some pros use. They'll tell you they make safe tattoos that go only into the top layer of skin, the epidermis. Sounds smart? Well, here's the catch. The epidermis is the layer that flakes off completely every 20 to 28 days. So any pigment injected there will be gone in 3 to 4 weeks. So what's really going on? Either the artist has no clue how tattooing actually works, or they just want you to come back for touch-ups and pay again. Worst case, they'll mess up the depth. Too shallow, you get a patchy dotted mess. Too deep, you get a regular tattoo that'll stay forever. So yeah, no comment. Quick shout out to our partners, Tattoo Stars. It's a mobile platform for tattoo artists, studios, shops, schools, and tattoo lovers from all over the world. Chat, share your work, compete in daily tattoo battles for the title of Best in Style. Use the promo code on your screen to enter contests for free and boost your profile to the top of search for 30 days. And don't forget, our tattoo school graduates get a lifetime top boost in the app. You'll find all the links, promo code, and instructions in the description below. Moving on. There's another type I call angel hair tattoos. They're done with superfine needles, usually using diluted shading ink. After healing, they can look super light and semi-transparent. If there's not much pigment left in the dermis, it'll keep fading. Not completely, but it might end up looking like a faint hair under the skin or a thin little vein. Sometimes it just turns into a blurry shadow, definitely a look for minimalists. The key is having a good artist, because not all those delicate fine line tattoos look as clean in real life as they do on Photoshop. Over time, these tattoos might fade a lot, simply because there's not much pigment there, and the skin keeps renewing. But sometimes they end up looking like a stuck hair. And yeah, pigment behavior in such light tattoos is pretty unpredictable, even with a skilled artist. Some areas of skin just react differently, so the ink can blur or spread way more than expected. Since we're talking about shading ink, let me clarify. It's basically regular black ink thinned with water. Now, the only kind of tattoo you can sort of call temporary is black and gray realism, and here's why. It's one of the few styles that can actually be fully removed by a laser. Other pigments, like green or blue, the laser just doesn't see, or it changes the color completely, which is way worse. Lasers love black ink, and if the tattoo's light and subtle, it fades fast. Sure, the tattoo industry is experimenting with laser removable pigments, but until proper studies come out, I wouldn't risk it. And the least funny temporary tattoo, that's when you get a bad one and have to cover it up later. Also, some body parts just don't hold ink well. Inner lip, tongue, sides of fingers, palms. It's a gamble. Some fade completely, some stay patchy, and some hold surprisingly well. So if you want to risk it, be my guest. There's also body art with alcohol-based inks, or you can literally draw on yourself with a marker and just not wash it off, or use eyeliner and spray it with hairspray, or go sunbathe with a stencil for a tan tattoo. But remember, all of these only stain the surface layer. Once anything gets into the dermis, it's there to stay. So take care of your skin and your soul. I'm Alex Kutcher. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and help the channel grow. See you next time, guys. Peace out.